criminal justice, healing, education. Time to awaken the community. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are currently and wherever you are currently watching. You guys should know me by now, but if you don't, my name is Holly. I am the lovely host of this wonderful show called Morning Mimosas, where we value human life, justice, healing, and education for the Black and minority communities. You ask why? Et voila. Um, Guys, today's episode is going in a very different direction than I typically do morning mimosa episodes. I call it the healing roast because I will be talking about a person that I was once romantically involved with, and then I'm about to get on his ass because of the continuous disrespect that this person has given me. I won't say this person's name, but we will use this portrait of him as the catalyst for the episode. So for today, he will be known as Oscar from Shark Tale, mostly because Oscar from Shark Tale and him closely resemble in personality and in looks. So, where do I begin with this story? I met Oscar when we co-hosted an event together, and I fell for the guy, and you know, I thought I was pursuing something with this gentleman, and it turned out that that wasn't the case. Oscar was lying. He had a lot of things going on, and ultimately he nearly broke my spirit. Um, Oscar is a musician here in Colorado, and you know, I thought he was a cool dude. I thought him and I vibed, really nicely, and I thought, him and I would be good. You know, um, where I take my accountability of where everything fell off is I fell for him too fast, um, and um, I didn't know his milk dud head ass would do that to me. I didn't know he was, like I said, involved with multiple people, had all these situations going on, and it's very, very embarrassing that. And just to make something clearer, I'm no longer pursuing this person romantically. This has been done for. This is done. Just for anyone who's wanting to know, this is done. I'm not. Yeah, he can go kick rocks. Yeah, I was pursuing this person romantically, and every time I would talk to this person, he would tell me that, oh, you're the only person I'm dealing with, blase, blase. And, I believed him, even though my women's intuition was telling me something else. And even after he disrespected me again by telling me he wanted to be with another girl while he was dealing with me, um, I still tried to be cool until I nominated him for Father of the Year. I nominated him for Father of the Year. I wrote something beautiful for him via the organization that I nominated him for. You guys can put two and two together. You guys know exactly who I'm talking about. And he ended up winning Father of the Year. And instead of being grateful to the person who was trying to show him love and trying to show him that I was going to be there for him, what did he do? He disrespected me continuously. He disrespected me over and over and over and over and over and over again. The last point of disrespect, and it was interesting because I was actually going to share the video from his Instagram of him holding up the Father of the Year award and my name clearly being stated as presented on behalf of Holly Sisa. And instead of get him, thanking me, saying, "Oh, thank you to Miss Sisa," or "Thank you, Holly," or "Thank you, host of Morning Mimosas for nominating me," he dodges the fact that I'm the one that nominated him for the award. He dodges that. And then he does this little fake ass thing when he looks at the award and says, "Oh, thanks to all those who were there for me," and stuff like that. I will share that video with you guys in the comment section. I don't want to share it on my live because I don't want to give him any more I don't want to give him any more of me. That's why I decided not to post a video of him, because I don't want to give him any more of my resources or anything like that. I just wanted to come on here and, air him out for the disrespect that he did. And it's just very, very disrespectful how Oscar moved. I almost said his real name. Woo! How Oscar moved when I was pursuing this person romantically a while back. He just moved very messy. Babies on the way, DNA tests, knocking girls up when dealing with me. Like it was just too much. It just became too much for me. And I fully take responsibility for this. I should have known better than to deal with a musician. That was on me. That was completely my fault. I don't know why I decided to pursue somebody who can run around screaming, I'm him," like a toddler, screaming, I'm him," but doesn't exhibit that behavior. Like literally every time I would hear him say, "Oh, I'm him," this is the first thought that came to my mind was this. Shut your bitch ass up. And I'm just like, whoa. If you're truly him, you don't have to utter those words. You move in that. You're him and or her by actions, not by flapping your gums. And I should have known that should have been my first red flag, because I know that a true confident person doesn't have to go around running around screaming, I'm him, to make everybody validate that he's him. He would know that he's him by his actions and the things that he does. And that person did not present himself to be him. I'm sorry. His actions were very, very disgusting. Misusing me. He misused me for an episode for my podcast. We did a collaboration podcast. He used me for that. He used me to meet a councilwoman. And this person is just not a good person. Denver, like, I know that you may love him or whatever as an artist, but I will let you know, he may call himself wise, but he's not as wise as y'all think. I'm just going to go ahead and out that. He's not as wise. Oscar's not as wise as he thinks. It's really sad that he calls himself a wise vision and moved the way that he moved with me, because he moved very disrespectfully with me. Very disrespectful. I'm not going to say everything that he said because I don't need to out everything. But the last bit of information that just boiled me to my bones was that video. Honestly, it's just, you're just consistently disrespecting me. I guess I should, be grateful he thanked me on the Denver 7 interview. I should be grateful that he thanked me for that. But He just keeps disrespecting me over and over and over. And no, I'm not mad that he didn't choose me. I don't care about that. I don't want to be chosen by, somebody who moves like that. I'm sorry. He moves very messily. He moves very fraudulent. He moves like a fraud. Like literally misusing me, someone who never had the intention of doing that, ever. But that's what happens because this is how he behaves. Like he behaves animalistic. You are in human form, but you are animalistic with your behavior. Like how dare you misuse me, and then maybe those other girls you were misusing too. How dare you do that to me? Yeah, I almost lost myself. I will be very honest with you. I almost lost myself dealing with this man. I almost lost myself dealing with this man because he kept lying to me over and over. No, Holly, it's just you. It's just you. No, it wasn't. It was me and I guess a Hiram because his ugly ass had to prove to us, that he had it like that and he didn't have to do that. I liked him for him. You didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to use me like or misuse me like that. I was genuine with you from the beginning, and I only intended to be genuine, and I was always genuine to this person. But I also take accountability in the situation as well. I had a women's intuition that this nigga wasn't shit, but he kept leading me on and leading me on and leading me on and leading me on and leading me on. And I guess that's the only thing he's sorry for, according to him, is that I led you on. You sure did, sir. And that shit wasn't cool. And I've been led on before. And you would have thought that being at my big age of 32, you would have thought I've known better than to be led on by someone who is literally walking garbage, a walking red flag. That man is a walking red flag. The biggest mistake I did was nominating him for that award because he wanted to thank everybody except the person that actually took the time to, because I had to write something about him for him to win that award. You know what I'm saying? So for you to have done that, just to continuously disrespect me, like, okay, fuck what our personal relationship was, you know. What about some level of professionalism? What happens to a level of decorum? Or you just say, hey, I want to say, thank you to Miss Sisa for nominating me for this award. I think it was so dope of her to, recognize me in this capacity, something, so I could have been, at least cool with everything else, despite all the bullshit that he put me through. I could have at least been like, okay, at least he's grateful. But no, that's not what this person did. No, not at all. He looked at the award. And once again, you guys will see this. Okay. This person is a wise vision. Okay. You guys will see that on the video. My name is clearly printed on. It says presented on behalf of Holly Sisa. But Holly Sisa's name is not mentioned once. He skirts around saying my name. Why? Because you fucked up and you missed it on a good one? That's really not my fault. Um, you, Oscar, you missed out on a good one, not me. I was always a good woman. I was a good woman to every person that I was with. I've been good to every person I was with. Every person. My kid's father knows. Him and I are the greatest of friends. We're in a good place. It's called being mature. And I still love my kid's daddy too. So You know, he gave me my babies. Me and him, we partners for life for that. You feel me? So, but to this person, I know you may or may not see this. I just want to say shame on you. Shame on you for doing that to me. All of Colorado's seeing you post this award, knowing damn well you don't deserve it. You're making broken homes, destroying women's lives, but claiming to be a mental health advocate. That's the shit that makes me laugh about him. You're creating broken homes and claiming to be a mental health advocate. When I say that this man nearly destroyed me, y'all, he nearly destroyed me. With his gap tooth, Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall looking ass. This man almost broke me, and I was in a really good place. Healing from certain situations. I thought this man came into my life to be a bonus. I was happy, trotting around. But like I said, I take accountability for that. Something told me he wasn't shit, and I still proceeded because I was lied to. I was led on. But I learned my lesson, y'all. I learned my lesson. You can't trust people like that. You can't trust people like that. You can't trust people that go around claiming that they're him or her. You can't trust people that look like a Disney character. And you definitely can't trust somebody who has created multiple broken homes. That's not a person to trust. And on top of that, he's embarrassing as fuck. Embarrassing. That man is embarrassing. I would be embarrassed if I was him. I would be truly embarrassed because he's an embarrassment. He's a true embarrassment. He's a true embarrassment to men, and he should be a true embarrassment to himself. Because I was nothing but a good person to him. And I only intended to be that for him in his life. And that shit wasn't cool how he did me. And honestly, I'm gonna talk to all the other men that have done me wrong too. Honestly, let's talk to all y'all as a collective. Okay, I'm not talking to the ones who have sincerely apologized to me and made their amends. I'm not gonna talk about that because there are some of my exes that have came back into my life and sincerely apologized, and I've forgiven them, and I'm cool with them. I don't speak to them because obviously you're not getting access to me again. But to men that do that philandering and misusing behavior, stop it. Stop misusing good women. And for women, stop misusing good men. There is somebody out there that wants to love you properly, and you're over here playing games. Sorry, y'all. Stop playing games with people. It is not time to be doing all that stuff. First and foremost, I don't understand why people like to be messing with multiple people anyway. There has to be some underlying issues there for you to be okay with sleeping with multiple people. It can't just be like an ego thing. Or you trying to, cover up the fact that you busted down ugly. Oscar the Grouch. That behavior is disgusting. Y'all be forgetting that, like, y'all be forgetting, like, there's STDs and, babies that can be created, broken homes and stuff like that. Y'all forget that kind of stuff exists. Yeah, y'all just like to be philandering and moving so nasty. Y'all just be moving so nasty and so reckless. And like I said, I wanted so bad to show this person's face because I want everybody to see that this person is not as wise as he thinks he is. I'm giving you guys hints. He's not as wise as he thinks he is. He really should change that. He has so much more growing up to do. Yes, I did this episode to. I didn't do this episode to out him, because if I wanted to out him, I would have showed his face. And I would have said his real name. But because I'm still a caring person, I'm still protecting someone that looks like this. And it's not because I care or anything like that. It's because I still have morals and dignity. I'm just talking about my hurt and my truth. When he talks about he's him, this is the first thing I see is him from the Powerpuff Girls. And shout out to the creators of the Powerpuff Girls, Cartoon Network, and everything else. Credit goes to all of them for this image right here. When he says he's him, this is the first thing I think. And then the little whiny voice that him had on the show. Never trust a man who goes around saying he's him, because if he's going around saying that he's him, this is the him that he's talking about with the whiny voice. Ridiculous how he moved. And to his new girlfriend also. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. He wasn't going to be true to me. He's not going to be true to you either. So, I wish y'all all the best with y'all's situation. I wish him well with his new babies. We're going to go to now the healing portion of things, where I play a few clips that now I have to go through my healing journey to heal from this demonic man who I thought came into my life as a positivity and was the devil in disguise. So here's just a few clips where I need to learn to start taking accountability. This first one speaks to me deeply because this is just who I am.
See, when I told you I loved you, I meant it. But not enough to lose myself as a result of you taking my love for granted. Cause see, I love me too. And if there's ever a toss-up between my worth and you, there is no second guessing whom I'll choose. Because see, I've learned that true love doesn't consist of the deteriorating of my self-worth, breaking me down, never building me up. And when I finally decide to speak up, I'm doing too much, while you offer the bare minimum and label it your best. Manipulation at its finest, though I was blindsided by your potential and what this could become. So I'd invest my time, poured you the finest wine while you fed me crumbs. See, what you define as love was really taken advantage of, and what you had to offer was a waste of my time, but it's fine. I had to learn. I ain't no painter. So I'm done trying to paint these red flags green, cause baby, I love me.
Huge shout out to that beautiful woman there. Her name is Aretha Rodney. Please go follow her stuff on Instagram. I love her stuff. As I'm going through now a rehealing journey, I'm going to be playing a lot of her stuff, and so I don't, make mistakes in any kind of, just any kind of relationships. So shout out to her. Here is another one. It just speaks to me a little.
Sometimes you just gotta let people miss out on you. Not because you stopped loving them, but because they stopped valuing you. You kept showing up, you kept pouring out, but they drank from you like you never run empty. See, they got comfortable with your consistency. They forgot that your love was a gift and not a guarantee. So now you gotta protect your peace. You gotta walk away, not in anger, but in wisdom. Because staying where you're not respected will slowly drain the best parts of you. And the Bible says in Matthew chapter 7 verse 6, do not give what is holy to dogs. Do not throw your pearls before swine, or they will trample them under their feet and turn and tear you to pieces. See, you are that pearl. Your love, your energy, your heart, and it's valuable. And if they couldn't see that when they had you, then let your absence teach them what your presence couldn't.
And that's what I'm learning right now, guys. No matter the situation at hand, whether it was a romantic interest, a friend, a family member, just make sure you're focusing on yourself. Cut off those ties, because some people they don't deserve you, and they didn't deserve you. And they definitely don't deserve the best parts of you either. Um, and I learned that dealing with this person for the short time that I did deal with this person. I fell for this person briefly, and I thought we were moving forward. And, I found out later that, that wasn't the case. He wanted to be a player. He wanted to run loose in Colorado, creating, like I said, multiple broken homes. And because of that, I've also chosen not to do too many public events, because I don't want to see his face in public. I'm going to bounce back from this. And I did bounce back from this. I'm just no more. Like 3LW said. And then this one, beautifully said by Jennifer Lewis, the actress.
You take care of yourself before you try to give the world something. I had to take care of myself so I could come back even stronger.
And that's exactly what I plan to do. I plan to come back stronger from this. I'm not going to let this person continue to drain me like this person did drain me. I just want you guys to be mindful. Just be aware. Just be aware of this type of person. Always look for the red flags. If you see a red flag, don't try to paint it green. Like Miss Aretha Rodney said in that clip I just showed you guys. Don't try to paint these red flags green. Also, while I'm doing this episode, I will be severing ties with his mother. I had grown to love his mother, but because of the situation at hand, it's no love lost against me and his mother, but because her son hurt me like that, I can't associate with her, at least not right now. Maybe in several years, but right now it just hurts too much. And I really liked his mom too. Sucks, shit like that happens in life, but we move on, we move forward. Now, as we're getting closer and closer to the end of the episode, I'm going to play this clip. Shout out to Miss Belcalis Alamenzar, formerly Cephas. She had a new single come out called Outside. And that's going to be me this summer. I'm about to be outside having a good old time with my friends and my kids and just everybody. So as a last clip, just to have a little bit of fun, just because, it got a little heavy, but I didn't cry, by God's grace. I already did too much crying over this person, so I wasn't going to cry in front of y'all. As the last clip, we're going to play a clip of Cardi B's new single, Outside, and this is a TikTok clip from Cardi B's TikTok. So shout out to Cardi B for this amazing song, because I'm definitely feeling it. Let's do this.
Outside niggas love a outside bitch, but be mad when they get some outside. When I tell you these niggas ain't shit, please believe me. They gon' fuck on anything, these niggas way too easy. Good for nothing, low down dirty dogs, I'm convinced. Next time you see your mama, tell her how she raised a bitch. Out on the pop out, cause it's hot out. You was playing games, yeah, you on timeout. Where them fine niggas? Who tryna find niggas? I've been cuffed up too long, let me remind niggas.
Okay. I mean, I'm not looking for nobody. Just making that clear. I'm not looking for nobody. I'm good with what I have going on. I have me and my kids, and I have me and my kids' father. We're, that's the only male I need to deal with anyway right now. All the rest of you men don't know how to act. Anyway, so yeah, there's that ending of truth. But once again, credit to all the videos that I presented today. Cardi B Jennifer Lewis, Miss Aretha Rodney, and Jay Briscoe. Shout out to all of you guys. You guys are amazing people. I'm going to get out of here now. I've said what I need to say about the loser that looks like this. Y'all know who I'm talking about, that looks just like this. We're done talking about this loser. Morning Mimosas will no longer associate with him, his podcast, his music, or anything of that sort. We now renounce him. We are done with him. We are good. We are saying goodbye to Oscar from Shark Tale. Okay? We are going to start healing from him. And we're going to move on from the garbage that he presented to us, because we're not garbage. We are treasure. Actually, I lied. One more video. Let's do this affirmation together really quick before we get out of here. Just as a beginning of my healing journey from...
I am not defined by someone else's expectation of me. I give myself grace and room to evolve as I rediscover who I am. I will be patient with myself as I grow in this process. I am proud of myself for setting boundaries that express self-love. I will support those I love without sacrificing myself or my peace. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. I love what I have in my cup. I will protect my energy. Other people's opinion about me is none of my business. There is beauty in letting go. I will prioritize my needs before committing to someone else's. I am enough. I am worthy of love and acceptance. I will surround myself with people who have my best interests at heart. Everything I need to feel loved is inside of me. I accept myself. I see myself. I choose myself.
I hope you guys were able to take something out of this episode today. I'm really glad that I prayed last night before I decided to do this, because the trajectory of this episode was going to be something completely different. I was going to expose the person by his government name, and I was going to expose him by his face. But this is my platform, and I'm not going to give him that. I'm just going to tell my truth. He can tell whatever truths he wants to tell about me. All I know is at the end of the day, when he looks at his Father of the Year placard, it'll always say presented on behalf of Holly Cisa. So at the end of the day, who's the winner in this story? Me. And I will continue to win. I will win as long as every single day ends in Y. Why? Because God got me. And I'm a good woman. And pure intentions will always win. Karma will always win too. This person's on a high right now. The eye put him on. But karma will come back and bite him right in that bald head of his. All right, y'all. Thank you for listening to me. And for the ones who will still be supporting me after this, I thank you. I love you guys. Yeah, this is Morning Mimosas, where we value human life, justice, healing, and education for the Black and minority communities. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.